House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan is here with us. Let's give a warm welcome. Congressman, you gotta help me out here.
Crowd there tonight.
You gotta help me out here. You have a whistleblower telling Congress that our government is delivering migrant children to human traffickers, and it's a sophisticated network, and it's been going on for some time. Please tell me this is not true.
Well, no, and don't take my word for it. Don't take House Republicans. Take the New York Times. 350,000 unaccompanied kids come to our country, come to our border, and they get sent all kinds of places. And the Biden administration doesn't know where 85,000 of those kids went. And the whistleblower says these 85,000 and the rest of them where they get sent, the place where they go is not vetted. They don't vet who these people are who are receiving these children. They don't do some follow-up checkup on these kids in the places where they're at. That's what's going on in the New York Times story. Talked about how they're being exploited, how they're child labor, how they're working in these places. It's really, really sad and it's wrong, but it was expected when you have an administration who from day one intentionally set out to get rid of our border, to no longer have a border when they said no wall, no remain in Mexico while we evaluate your claim, and once you get in, you will be released to whatever piece of paper with an address or a phone number some cartel person wrote on that kid's piece of paper, or sometimes they write it on the kid's arm. That's how bad this is. And God bless this whistleblower for being willing to come forward and testify today in the hearing.
Let me ask you, there's an IRS whistleblower. Is that the reason why all of a sudden all these reports come out that Hunter might be indicted? In other words, Merrick Garland and the DOJ got exposed here?
Well, you got to wonder, and the timing is interesting, but I think it's that probably coupled with all the facts that Chairman Comer and the House Oversight Committee have uncovered. I mean, you got, 170 some now suspicious activity reports, thousands of pages in these reports, multiple LLCs that were receiving money from foreign entities and foreign governments, and that money was now going to 12 different Biden family members. And the fundamental question you always have to ask is, what service did they provide to receive the funds? What value did they add? What job did they do? You can't find anything. And so that in and of itself, then plus this whistleblower coming forward, I think is why you're probably finally now starting to see some action on the part of the U.S. attorney.
Let me ask you, did the FBI knowingly send agents to big tech companies, even though they had Hunter's laptop since December 2019, and John Solomon says they verified it in 2020, and yet they told FBI agents to go to big tech companies and tell them they may be victims of a misinformation campaign involving Hunter Biden and purposely, I guess, abuse their power and try and influence an election?
Yeah, Michael Schellenberger wrote about this, and he talked about pre-bunking. This is in Twitter Files, I think number 7. Michael Schellenberger wrote about this, testified in front of our committee about this. That seems to be exactly what happened, because everything they told him, they said, oh, there's going to be a hack and leak operation. It's going to happen in October. It's going to be, and it's going to involve Hunter Biden. So they had the time, the place, they had it all the facts. They had that, and then Shazam, it happens, and you wonder, how did they know? How could they read the future and predict the future? Well, it's because they had the laptop, and they had it for a stinking year, and that whole time they kept pre-bunking, telling the folks at the social media companies what they thought might happen, knowing that it was most likely going to happen, and it was true, but they made it seem as if it was false.
Do you believe the reports that Hunter is likely to get indicted?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. What I am real concerned about, Sean, is the indictment that happened to President Trump in New York, the one that I think is coming in Georgia. Both of them are ridiculous. And then, of course, what Jack Smith, the special counsel, may do. If they indict President Trump on the classified documents issue and nothing happens to the Biden family, I mean, that is mind-boggling to me. But I think that may be where it goes. I hope it's not.
All right, Jim Jordan, thank you as always. Thanks for being with us.
You bet. Thank you.